Hey guys, we are back with some more Seattle franchise mode. And as you can see, we have some completely new defensive pairs in Pustola and Boychuk, Vandermeer and Bruce, and then Pouliot and Lalonde. Now, the main idea with these defensive pairs is that there is an offensive defenseman and a defensive defenseman on every line. So Pustola, Bruce, and then Lalonde would be the defensive-minded guys, and then Boychuk, Vandermeer, and Pouliot would be able to provide the offense on each line. And nothing different at forward. So just thought I'd let you guys know of that change. That is the only change I've made between last episode and right now. So we're going to get into the simulation. But yeah, so new defensive pairs. We'll see how those work out. Oh, and speaking of new chair from a new age that would be right next to my player profile if I was in NHL 18. So 21 now, yay. But yeah, new chair. No more creaky chair that we had before. With whenever I shifted around just a little bit, it would make a weird noise that I can't even describe what it is. So there's that. Oh, and also new jerseys. So a lot of new going on here for not only myself but for Seattle. So let's hope that can bring us some new luck and get us maybe. Hopefully that could all just culminate into a Stanley Cup championship, because that'd be nice one of these days. So let's start up the new season of Seattle hockey, starting right now against the Florida Panthers. So one thing that I do want to talk about right away as we get through the simulation is the three keys to this season, and the three things that I think will be very, very important as we go on in this season is the third line. Number one is the third line of Pody, Edler, and Fawcett, because none of those guys have played together yet, I don't think. Well, yeah, no, none of those guys have played together yet. And, oh goodness, Philip Zadina injured with a strained hamstring until November 2nd. All right, that's not too bad. So who are we gonna have to put in here? We're gonna have to put in Brett Howden, and I guess I'll move up De Silva to the first line center, and then okay, I'll move up. Who's a better point scorer? I think it's gonna be Edler, right? Yeah, he's got the better passing and puck control, so I'll send him up to the second line with Mowers and Liljegren. Then we have Howden. I think Howden. Yeah, Howden is like an 84 for faceoff, so I'll leave him in the middle on the third line. Now, what was I about to say? I was making a point. Right, about that third line of what would normally be Pody, Edler, and Fawcett. It's going to be very interesting to see how they play this year. And then the second... hold on, let me just make sure that we have all the right players in the right spots. So we got to fix this here. Howden with Fawcett and Crab, I don't agree with that at all. So who else would I put there? Henrich, Mowers, De Silva, Crab, Fawcett. I think I'll give Downey a shot, though I don't want him playing center. How's Crab on face at 75? I'll give Crab a shot in the middle. Why not? I'll move Fawcett to the right. And then power play, gotta change this. Henrich, De Silva, Crab, Mowers. And then, yeah, that looks good. Penalty kill, anything to change here? I'll leave Howden on the penalty kill. You could probably get it done there, especially in the face-off circle. 4-on-4, that definitely needs to change. I'll put... all right, we'll try Henrich in the middle again. De Silva with... who's De Silva going to be with? I guess it would be not Mowers. Ooh, okay. Kind of messing with the chemistry a little bit here. We'll put Morris, I suppose. I'll give him that opportunity. And then 3-on-3 definitely cannot have this. We're gonna go with, I think, De Silva and Henrich on the top line, and then Crab with Mowers, and then Liljegren, Pouliot. I'll go Edler for right now. Extra attackers, yeah, sure, fine. And then that looks all good as well. So Anyway, back to our 3 keys to the season. Unfortunately, Philip Zadina, our captain, is injured, so that's a big key to the season right there, but luckily it's not for that long. So, second point, power play production. Our power play was absolutely atrocious last year. We need to rectify that. And then third point, the chemistry with our new defensive pairs. As I don't believe any of those guys have played together with one another yet. Vandermeer... Okay, I take that back. Vandermeer and Bruce have played together but it was a very minimal amount of time. I think it was when Boychuk was injured at one point last year. So starting off the year great, 6-2-1, but as we all know, the start of the season doesn't matter much when it comes to wins, but you can lose the season in the first month of the season, as we've all seen before. So De Silva with 10 points to start out the season in 9 games played. Crab with 8. Vandermeer with 8. That is what I like to see. That is why I separated him and Boychuk, because I figured maybe if he was on his own sort of offensively on his own defensive pair with another defensive defenseman, he'd be able to really shine as an offensive defenseman, and here he is. And then Mowers and Henrich, 7 points each. Liljegren with 5. Boychuk with 5. Pouliot with 5. So all the offensive defensemen doing their jobs so far. And yeah, that looks good. Goaltenders, let's see how Korpisalo's doing. 938 in 7 games played. Not too shabby at all. Vorobiev, 979 in 2. So really nothing to touch right now, as we are 6-2-1. So let's just keep going. I'm hoping that we can get the entire season done in this episode, really, because I'm hoping I'm not going to have to change too much, if anything, because the majority of the changes that we're going to need to make in regards to the salary cap, I would imagine, would be either the draft or July 1st, because a lot of our upcoming free agents this year are RFAs, so we wouldn't have to really deal with anything with that until July 1st if we tender qualifying offered them. So decline this. 9-4-1 so far, about midway through November. Not a great loss there against Detroit, but as long as we could get back in the winning column like we just did there against New Jersey and Boston, I will be just fine with that. So, it's looking pretty good so far. I would say the new D pairs are working pretty well, especially for the offensive defensemen. As you saw, Vandermeer, who had, 8 points in 9 games. Then you had Boychuk and Pouliot, both with 5. Jonas Korpisalo has been injured with a sprained ankle until December 9th. Can't get lucky with his injury. And actually, that reminds me. Did we even put in Philip Zadina? I don't think we did. Oh, goodness. There I go once again with my forgetfulness of putting players back when they've been injured. And yes, indeed, he is not in here. So, how's Howden been doing? I want to see his face-offs. Oh, goodness. 60. How can I take that out? Holy moly. Alright, who am I taking out here now? This is going to be actually kind of difficult, I think. I'm expecting Eakins no less than like a 55, right? 51, but still that's good. So don't necessarily want to take that out. Pody, 10 assists for Pody in 22 games. What do I do here? Okay, this is a bit of an awkward position here. Just because we kind of have to put Zadina back in, as he is our captain. Adler's been struggling at faceoffs, but he has been doing pretty well for himself in the point scoring department. But that being said, Zadina could probably do better. So we'll put Zadina in for Edler, and then De Silva back on the second line with Mowers and Liljegren. And then, what is going on here? Oh, yeah, goaltenders. So, Vorobiev in there, and we'll put Varlamov in the backup role. Now, I just got to remember to not leave Jonas Korpisalo scratched for a whole month. Now, where was... Yeah, he was right here. Going to replace Ross Downey. Hopefully, he got some good experience there on the power play. And we'll put these guys back to their normal positions. 4-man power play, I believe Zadina was right here. And then penalty kill. I would imagine Howden is helping out that penalty kill. So you know what? I'll leave the penalty kill the way it is for right now. If it starts struggling later, then we can always fiddle around with it, but we'll keep that the way it is. And then we'll get Henrich down here with De Silva, and then Crab and Zadina. And then, oh, all right, he's already there with mowers, though I didn't want that. I'll get him off for, all right, because we scratched, was that Edler there? It must have been. So we're going to get Pody there. And then 3-on-3 will be Zadina and Henrich, or no, Zadina and Crab, and then De Silva and Henrich. And then mowers, Liljegren, Pouliot. And then extra attackers are Zadina and mowers, and then shootout. Get Howden off there, put in Zadina. Alright, I think we're good now. Yep. Yep, we're good. Okay, let's go. Oregon Trail, let's just go best lines. I mean, we barely have anybody down here now. Besides... I don't think we have anybody. Yeah. Yeah, besides Kovacs, but he's already 22, so yeah, we literally have nobody down here anymore. So we're just going to be focusing on the NHL from now on, or at least for the next 2 years, well, which would be from now on for the rest of the GMO, technically. 6-5 win against Vegas, so that looks pretty good. Getting our captain back, Filip Zadina, as well, so that I would imagine that helps. Go to America for forwards for 6 weeks. 14-8-1 going into, is this, yeah, this is December. So let's just go another month. I'm not going to check the stats every month here. Just be wasted time, especially if we're winning. But if we're losing, then obviously we'll have to check the stats, see what's going on. Korpisalo's back. Yes, we're going to put him in. I won't put him in the starting role right away, although the auto-rotate goalies might do that anyway. So I'll just leave him in the backup for right now. But the game presumably will put him in the starting role anyway. So I just have to hope that he doesn't get re-injured. Alright, I don't think Korpisalo got re-injured at this point. Yeah, he should be good. So that's... Let me just make sure that we get him in there in the starting role. Oh, jeez. Well, we didn't really get bit by the injury bug at all in this gym mode up until this point. It was Filip Zadina with his second injury of the year. Injured groin until December 21st. So hopefully this time I'll remember to actually put him back in. So let's just do what we did before. De Silva in there and then Edler back in. Here's your chance. Yeah, I guess I'll just leave Edler on the power play. And was he anywhere else? Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna bother with that. Edler, if he's capable of playing in the NHL, he should be able to get it done there as an 85 overall. Filling in the shoes of Filip Zadina, that is not a easy task, granted, but still, I think he could do it. So I will leave Zadina scratched here for the next couple of games, but I will get him back in there for Dallas for sure. 4-2 loss against Florida. 3-2 win against Chicago. So let's stop the simulation right now, just so I don't forget to get Zadina back in there, as he should be all good now. Stuart Silva with 30 points in 33 games. Not bad at all. How's Edler done the past couple of games? He had 1 point. I believe he had 9 points when we scratched him before, so 1 point. And then, really not the greatest, so we'll get him out there again in favor of Zadina, who is all good to go. And yep, that changed it there. I believe we're all good. Let me just make sure. Just fly through this real quick. Yeah, we should be good. Yep, we're good. Okay. Back out once more. Hopefully we don't get any more major injuries here. And actually, one thing I don't think I checked. Let's just make sure that Korpisalo is still in there. No, he is not. So we're going to get him in there. A good thing I remembered just now. I really should have remembered earlier, but whatever. All right, so after the Christmas break now, let's go with Dallas, Anaheim, and New York, and Ottawa. Go the rest of December. 20-11-2 currently are your Seattle Emeralds. 3-2 win against Dallas. 4-1 win against Anaheim. New York, 5-4 shootout win and a 5-1 win against Ottawa. That is what I like to see. Let's just keep going. Again, there's no reason to make any changes. There's no reason to check the stats if we are winning, and we appear to be doing that right now. But as of course, we lose against Arizona, as I was talking about that. So, Jake Fawcett has been injured with an injured wrist. Estimated return is January 12th. So I don't think that's too far off from now. I think, as a matter of fact, that might be less than a week. So, all right, third line. Who we're gonna put back in? I think it's gonna be, yeah, it's got to be Edler, right? Yep. So get back in there on the third line, Edler. I'm not gonna put him in the center position. I believe Brett Howden has been doing fantastic at faceoffs. Yeah, 59.21. I think that's probably the best faceoff guy we've had since Joe Pavelski. He might even be better than Joe Pavelski at faceoffs, because Joe Pavelski was pretty good. He was like I think he had a 58. My God, these injuries. Rob Bruce, mild concussion, estimated return January 14th. So now we have to throw Drew Comrie in there, getting his first NHL action. So, jeez. All right, we'll leave Fawcett scratch for until Minnesota. I just want to make sure that he's completely healed, and then we'll get him back in there, because man, these injuries have been a little ridiculous. Okay, let's go Russia for forward 6 weeks. And we will stop after Edmonton. Rob Bruce is back. No, you are not. Not yet. All right, so there's 2 solid wins right there. 29-12-2. So the new everything does not appear to be hurting us so far. Stuart Silva, 39 points in 43 games. Beast. All right, so let's get... Who was it? I know we have to get Bruce back in there. He should be all good to go. Yes, he is. And Fawcett, right. Okay, so I actually want to see how Comrie did in his first couple of games there. No points, +1. Nothing too special, but respectable. You know, he did what he needed to do, I suppose. He played defense. That's all that really matters for him. So, yeah, we appear to be all set. Let's get back into the simulation. And we are currently sitting in second in the Pacific Division, of course. First are the Edmonton Oilers, so maybe, just maybe, we won't have to face them in the first round this year. But, of course, if we intend on getting the Stanley Cup, which I do intend on doing that, at least I would hope I intend on doing that, we're going to have to get past the toughest of all teams, and for us, that's been the Edmonton Oilers. So, you know what? Bring it on, Edmonton. Let's do the playoff dance once again. 4-3 shootout win against Edmonton. Zucker and a third for Tangrady. Nope, not taking that. Zucker's probably like, what, 36 or 37 now? 6-3 win against the Devils. We're just cruising through this season, really. Yep, 34-12-3. So, I mean, 60 is still possible, boys. I don't want to jinx it, but of course, everything I say, it means I jinx it. So I probably did just jinx it, but hopefully I'm hoping that I didn't, but I probably did. So 5-2 win against Colorado, 7-1 victory against LA, 2-1 overtime win against Tampa Bay. Man, these new defensive pairs are really doing some wonders here. 5-3 win for the Montreal against the Montreal Canadiens, not for the Montreal Canadiens. That would have been bad. Vegas 3-1 loss. I mean, hey, a loss here and there is all right, as long as you follow it up with a win, but unfortunately, that's not what happened just there against St. Louis. But then again, we are 38-14-3 before the trade deadline. So I'd say if we could get 42 wins before the trade deadline, we still have a pretty solid chance of getting 60, but we would definitely have to go on a tear even after the trade deadline. So we'll just see what happens. 3 solid wins there against Winnipeg, Vancouver, and Columbus. Scout, let's do a region we don't normally do here. Let's do the National League for defensemen, just for laughs. There's a loss against the New York Islanders. Pittsburgh and Nashville coming up. Pittsburgh, even in year number 9, is still pretty good. 35-23-3, and we lose to them 2-1. But a 5-4 shootout victory against Nashville. So, I mean, they did what I asked them to do. 42 wins, 42-17-3. I think, okay, we can have 2 more losses. We can have 2 more losses out of the next however many games this is. I'm going to guess like it's around 19, 20. So if you could go on just a fantastic winning streak here, boys, that would be very, very nice, as I would love to see a 60-win season, but it's not necessary. As I mean, we're already having a great season, but the regular season has never really been a problem for Seattle since year number 3 or 4, really. The problem has been the playoffs. So let's just check the stats real quick, but again, I don't think there's anything we need to change. I think it was honestly just finding the right chemistry with our defensive pairs, which appears to have happened, because, I mean, our boy, Vandermeer, 53 points already in 62 games. What a stud. And only 37 penalty minutes. He's taking a lot less penalties than last year. So that's good to see. Henrich with 53 points. Crab with 52 and 32 goals. What a year for him so far. De Silva for 47. Boychuk with 42. That is what I like to see, my man. Best season since 2022, 2023. So, and plus 10 as well. We're looking very nice here so far, boys. Morris with 23 goals. The sniper. Timothy Liljegren with 35. Fawcett with 34. 12 goals. I believe that is one away from a career high for Jake Fawcett. So, breakout season for him as well in the third line, I suppose. Bodie with 30 points. Pouliot with no goals and 28 assists. Looking good there on the top 6. Zadina only with 27 points, though he has been injured quite a bit this season and did sit for a little bit due to my ignorance. But 27 points in 41 games, still not that bad. And you know what? We do need Zadina. He is a beast for us on the faceoff dot. He gets points. He's just all around pretty solid. Eakin with 23 points on the 4th line, so pretty good hit for him there. Let's check his faceoffs. He is at, did I pass it? I believe I did. Yes, 52.7, so pretty good for him. Not as great as he's ever been, but still very solid. Brett Howden, 20 points. Let's see what his faceoffs are at. 57.3, unbelievable. So he's been killing it at the faceoff dot there. Ross Downey in his rookie season with 18 points so far. Henrik Edler with 16 in 29 games. Morris with 14 in 62. And then Bruce with 7 goals. Pistola with 3, plus 12. Lalonde, plus 15. And then Comrie in 3 games played, plus 1. So, really not a whole lot I can complain about here. Vandermeer, plus 27. Bruce, plus 25. That pair is working out just nicely. Crab, plus 18. So, I mean, you take a look here. Really not much to be worried about. Penalty minutes, 78 for Lalonde. That's going to happen. He's probably, there's probably like 10 fights in there at least. De Silva, 71, but not much after that in terms of concern for penalty minutes. Power play looks to be clicking. So we're going to actually check that as well. I don't think I've checked the team stats at all yet this year. Game-winning goals, Crab with 6 shots. 197 for Crab, 188 for De Silva. Looking all good there. Shooting percentage. Crab leads with a 16.2. Average time on ice. Boychuk leads with 25-23. Then Pistola, 23-13. And then for forwards, I believe is Henrich with an 18-10. Faceoffs, Howden 57.3. Zadina 53.1. Eakin 52.7. De Silva 51.5. That is what I like to see. Our centers are absolutely killing it this year at the faceoff circle. Vandermeer with 142 hits, Bruce with 126, De Silva 111, Crab 102, blocks. Pistola leads with 93, Boychuk 92, Vandermeer 84, Bruce 75, Lalonde 63, Pouliot 52. Giveaways and takeaways. I don't really have to read them all out, but just looking pretty solid all around. Yeah, I really don't have much to, if anything, to complain about this year, boys. I really don't. I mean, all the ratios are looking pretty good here. Yeah, I mean, besides Howden, but he's doing really good at faceoffs, so I don't know if I want to take him out just because of his giveaways and takeaways. But yeah, very, very solid all around. I'm liking this team. I really am. Goaltenders, let's see Corpusalo. 920, not too shabby. Vorobiev, 930. Very nice. Okay. Doing what they need to do. Let's check out the team stats real quick. 42, 17, and 3 so far on the season. So let's see the Pacific Division. Goals for per game. We are sitting up there at first. 3.16. We are a powerhouse for goal scoring. We are second for goals against per game, 2.21, and of course the Edmonton Oilers are going to be up there. This power play, let's see. Oh yeah. I knew it. I knew it. Henrich is probably carrying that power play. That first line power play in particular with De Silva, Mowers, Pouliot, and Liljegren. That was a great call. And then stacking up that second line penalty kill with, or power play I should say, with Zadina, Crab, Boychuk, and Vandermeer. 25.9. 6% better than the Vancouver Canucks in second. Let's actually check the whole league for power play. Where do we sit there? I think we're first. Just based off how it's sorted. Yep. 1.5% better than the Nashville Predators in second with a 24.4. That's looking pretty dirty. So, yeah. Not much to change there. And then penalty kill could be better. I mean, could be a lot better actually. 81.4, but we're not that far behind of where we would need to be. Normal penalty kill, I would say in this game is around 83% with the Vegas Golden Knights are. So even though we're low down there, it's not like it's terrible, you know. And it could just be that the penalty kill started out bad and then got much better as the year went on, or it could have started out really good and then got bad as the year went on. But hopefully it was the first option there. And then in our last 10, we are 5-5. Away 22, 5-2, and then the home 20, 12, and 1. So really, again, not much to do. And in terms of contracts, we can deal with that, I think, at the draft or on July 1st. So really not much to do. Let's just simulate ahead. And we will go up to the final home game of the season against Carolina. So 4-3 win against Florida. Shootout loss against Chicago, so got some points there. Haven't had very many overtime losses this year. I guess that's a good thing, considering that means we're winning most of them. Rob Bruce has been injured too. With a sore foot. You can't play through a sore foot. Jeez. Until March 22nd. Okay, so how long is that? Is that like 2 weeks? That looks like about 2 weeks. So we're going to get Drew Comrie back in there. We're just going to let Comrie take over Bruce's duties because he is effectively the same type of player, not as physical, I don't think, but still a defensive defenseman. He could fill that role quite nicely. 5-1 win, 2-1 loss. So I mean, we're really just on autopilot at this point. I think at this point the 60-win season is no longer possible. But what are you going to do? It's rarely going to happen. I mean, it's happened once, I think, in this channel's history with the Halifax. So before I forget, let's get Bruce back in there because I believe he was back on the 22nd. So 2 solid wins right there in the Battle of Alberta. Well, it's not really the Battle of Alberta because they're not facing each other, but Calgary and Edmonton still Alberta. So at the Lions, let's get Bruce back in there. So, I mean, yeah, I think we've found some pretty great chemistry here, honestly, with not only with the defensive pairs, but with the forecore as well. That was a very good call, moving Liljegren up to the second line with Mowers and De Silva, considering Mowers and De Silva are both goal scorers. De Silva with 29 goals, Mowers with 25, and then Crab with 39 goals so far on the season, career high for him. 1 until 40. And then Henrich, let's see what he's doing so far. 63 points, so not as good of a season as he had last year, but that is okay because we are doing just fine for ourselves as a team. So, yeah, I mean, we've already clinched the playoffs. 50, 20, and 4 currently is Seattle with 104 points on the season with 8 games remaining. So let's finish up year number 9 in this video. Minnesota, 3-2 loss. 2-1 win against Buffalo. So I would say let's go through the checklist here. Keys to the season, third line. The third line was very shaky this year, not in terms of their production, but just in terms of the third line wasn't always and probably for the majority of the season actually was not Pody, Edler, and Fawcett. So I can't really judge that too much. But power play, A+. Absolutely A+. And then the chemistry with the new D pairs, A+. So I would say we did pretty well for ourselves this season. We're not going to go into this game here. We're just going to view it in the slow sim. First period, oh, that's rough. Blood off, Aho, and Tippett with the goals for Carolina on Vorobiev. So Vorobiev's playing in this game, so that would at least kind of make sense as to why we got scored 3 times in the first. And then Henrich with the goal on Grubauer. Second period, nothing doing. Third period, there you go, boys. Pody and Mowers on Grubauer. Overtime, shootout. Yeah, boys. Henrich with the shootout goal to get us the extra points. Not that we necessarily needed it against Carolina, but still, always good to see in the last home game of the season. Finishing off the season strong. Hopefully here in these last 2 games against Pittsburgh and Nashville, and indeed so. 2-1 win and a 5-2 win for a season final of 56, 22-4. So we're just 4 shy of the 60-win season, but, that's not always going to happen, unfortunately. Now jeez. All right, so we're tied in points with the Edmonton Oilers, but we did have 1 more win than them. So I believe that means, yes. I believe that means we got the President's Trophy. Could be wrong. You never know with this game. Something might have glitched out or something that made the Edmonton Oilers win it, but I'm presuming that we won the President's Trophy there. I believe for a 3rd year in a row as well. So, final season points. Henrich leads the team once more with 73, I should say, points. 37 points would not be great. 69 for Crab, 41 goals. 69 for Vandermeer, 51 assists. I believe that is a career high for him. If I could click on his profile properly, thank you. Yes, that is a career high for him. 61 was his highest previously in his last season in Arizona. De Silva with a 31 goal season, 64 points. Boychuk with 53, back at it. His previous form from 2022, 2023. So that is great to see that he has that chemistry with Pistola. 50 points for Liljegren on the second line. Zadina with 49 and 61. So if you add 21 games onto that, I'm sure that his point total hikes up to 60 or 65 or something. So good season from Philip Zadina right there. Mowers, 27 goals, 46 points. Fawcett, 44. So I believe, yes, that is a career high in both points and goals. Tied for a career high in assists. So can I complain? No, I can't. Pouliot, 39 points. That's what I like to see from him. Pody with 38. Downey with 29. Eakin, 28. Howden, 23. Morris with 19. Edler with 16. Bruce with 10. Pistola with 5. Lalonde with 2. With 1 goal as well. Getting that clutch last-minute goal probably in the playoff clinching game. And then Comrie in 10 games with 1 goal. Plus minus, Vandermeer, plus 33. Bruce, plus 30. That pair was phenomenal all year. Crab with plus 25. Henrich, plus 20. Pouliot, plus 19. De Silva, plus 19. Zadina, plus 17. Pody and Liljegren, plus 16. Boychuk, plus 15. Lalonde, plus 14. Eakin, plus 13. Pistola and Mowers, plus 12. Downey, plus 11. Fawcett, plus 10. That is how many players are pluses on our team. Obviously, pretty much our entire team is pluses, but I meant to say double digits plus minus, and then you have Howden +9, Morris +7, Edler +7, and Comrie +3 as the only single digit pluses. That's impressive. What is that, like 18? I think 16. Let's just count this real quick. So this 5, 7, 10. That's 14, 15, 16. Yeah, 16 players who are double digit plus. Very impressive. 101 penalty minutes for Lalonde. There's probably at least like 20 fights in there. Well, that wouldn't exactly make sense because 20 fights times 5 minutes would be 100 penalty minutes. So, I mean, probably more like 15 to 18, somewhere around there. His usual numbers. De Silva, 84 penalty minutes. Power play goals, 15 power play goals for De Silva, 13 for Crab. Unreal of those two on the power play. And then Henrich with 19 points as well. Liljegren with 18 assists. Vandermeer with not plus, we're in power play points now. 17 power play points. Zadina with 16. Mowers with 15. Fawcett with 13. So that actually helped out his point total a lot. That would explain his career highs. And then Boychuk with 13. Pouliot with 9. Edler with 3. Okay, so just very nice contributions all around from really everybody this year. Crab with 7 game-winning goals. Crab with 280 shots. De Silva 255. Vandermeer 241. Mowers 219. Looking solid. Shooting percentage. Henrich is up there actually with 15.2% on 158 shots. So definitely improved his shot this year. He had 24 goals. And Crab with a 14.6 on 280. Face-offs, let's see. Yep. Howden, 57.1. Eakin, 52.9. Zadina, 51.4. And then Stuart De Silva with the bounce back year at center, at least in the face-off circle, with a 51.3. And if you take a look at last year, I believe he was like in the 47 range. Yeah, 48.37. So definite improvement over last year. And would you look at that? Mowers, even with a 50.8 on 394 faceoffs that he had to take. So, I have no complaints about this team. I really don't. Vandermeer with 182 hits. De Silva 163. What a physical force there at forward. Bruce with 151. Crab with 138. Pistola 124. Lalonde 117. Zadina 112. Eakin 107. Blocks. Pistola 126. Boychuk 109. Vandermeer 105. Bruce with 91. Lalonde with 80. Pouliot with 61. And then Eakin led fours with 28. Giveaways and takeaways, really not much to complain about. I mean, the team's performance says it all. I mean, you take a look. There's really not many takeaway, giveaway differentials that I don't like here besides, what was that? I think it was Howden. Yeah, Howden's a little rough there, but we need him for face-offs, so he's good. I mean, yeah. Goaltenders, really can't complain. 920, 926. 3 shutouts each for Korpisalo and Vorobiev. And yeah, just all around solid. 2 assists for Korpisalo as well. So, again, can I complain? No, I can't. Very, very solid year from this team all around. Let's check team stats once more really quick. Not going to go and analyzing anything here, but yeah, we're just going to take one final look. 3.21 goals for per game. Goals against per game of 2.23. Second in the division. Power play 28.2. That thing is dirty. Oh my goodness. I mean, that is like, it kills the rest of our division, man. It's not even close. Penalty kill, again, could be better, but whatever. What are you going to do at this point in the season? So, yeah. There is year number 9 for your Seattle Emeralds. So I guess all that's left to do is really see who we have in round number 1 of the year 9 playoffs. So let's do just that. And it will be, I believe, the oh, okay, the Colorado Avalanche. So I believe that's a new one. I don't think we've faced them in the playoffs in quite some time, actually. I don't think we've faced them. We definitely haven't faced them at all in this series, at least not that I can remember. If we have, it was maybe once, and it was like years and years ago, like year 4 or something. So yeah, this is our roster going into the year 9 playoffs. Let me know what you guys think of all the changes and everything. I mean, obviously they worked out pretty well, but let me just still let me know what your thoughts are. And I mean, I'm not going to say anything because, as we all know, every time I say something that's related to the success of our teams, the opposite happens. Murphy's Law. So we're going to check out the Colorado Avalanche real quick before we end off the episode. So, first line, Gabriel Landeskog, Nathan MacKinnon, Mikhail Grigorenko. Second line, Rantanen, Jost, and Christian Fischer. Third line, Nando Eggenberger, Austin Walker, and Arthur Morgan. And then fourth line, Pascal Laberge. It feels like this guy follows me around in the playoffs or something. I feel like I'm seeing Pascal Laberge all the time now in the playoffs. He might be the key to what we need to win the Stanley Cup. Who knows? Wayne Edmonds, and then Braden Shen on the fourth line, right wing, 34 years of age. Defensively, Miro Heiskanen, Damon Severson, and then Nikita Zadorov, Louis Lapierre, and then Nicholas Malak and Serge Lalonde. They have a Lalonde, not a Lalonde. And he is also an offensive defenseman, taken in the 5th round of the 2022 draft. And then goaltenders, oh my goodness, Greg Tambolini and Yves Gruel. So, and then injured are Silvergard, Yarn Crow, and Watherspoon. So make of that what you will. I'm not going to say anything. You can say stuff in the comments, guys, but I'm not going to be the one to say it. Because, as we all know, bad things happen. So, I'm going to leave you guys there. And I'll see you guys in the next one when we face the Colorado Avalanche in the year 9 playoffs in round number 1. See you guys then.